In this video, we're going to be exploring some lumbar flexion PAILs and rails, which means we're going to try to get more workspace across the lumbar capsules, in and around the lumbar capsules. We're setting up in a low squat position. I have a block underneath my hips, so I have to worry less about holding myself in, and I can actually funnel all of my effort into the stimulus that we're trying to attain here. You're going to take your legs a little bit wider apart, reach your arms through. You can grab onto the big toes, and then we're going to hug the knees in, or you can grab onto the underside of the feet in the front or on the sides. This is just going to help us set up enough constraints that we can focus all of our effort into the lumbar spine, which the intent, of course, is to give you more space. We're going to try something called bowing the stretch, meaning we're going to imagine and hopefully try to feel the space between the lower back ribs and the bottom of your spine, around L5, so where it meets the pelvis. We're going to try to take those 2 points and stretch them farther apart. And we call bowing the stretch, so we can actually get more tension across the space that we're trying to open up. So take a breath, and then it will look something like this, where I'm trying to push that space out and give myself more stretch across the lumbar spine. So try to focus and adjust your stretch into the space that we want. And once we find that area, we're just going to breathe here, slow breath in and a slower breath out. In a few moments, you're going to hold this. I'm going to come out for a moment. In a moment, we're going to do some PAILs and rails here, which means we're going to load the tissue that is stretching. So that's always a good indicator of where you want the effort, is where you feel the stretch. We're going to start by loading the stretch tissue with a PAILs contraction, meaning I'm going to hold myself in place and try not to come out of this position, but then my effort is going to be like this, like I'm trying to pull my pelvis forward and extend my lumbar spine, but the constraints that I've set up will keep me in that position, so all of those tissues that are stretching are now going to have a force applied to them. Our rails contraction is going to be squeezing, contracting the front side of the spine and the abdominals to push ourselves deeper into this range of motion. So the end goal is to give ourselves more lumbar flexion, more curvature through the base and the bottom of our spine. Let's give this a go. You're going to hold onto your feet tight, squeeze your legs in, take a full breath in, irradiate, squeeze everything tight, and now start to push your tailbone back like you're trying to lift it and extend the lumbar spine. We should feel some effort in those stretchy tissues now. If 10 is the hardest we could push, we're going to ramp up to what feels like a 5. If that feels okay for you, you're going to ramp up your effort a little bit higher, 7 out of 10, maybe a 9 out of 10. And then we're going to hit your safest, greatest effort. Remember, you're trying to extend your spine while keeping yourself in this flex position. 3, 2, 1. Let's contract the lower abdominals around the navel. Try to push the navel back. Try to squeeze more flexion out of your lumbar spine for 3, 2, relax a little bit deeper into the stretch if you can. Slow breath in, slow breath out. We're going to try it one more time. Take a full breath in. Irradiate, squeeze everything tight. Squeeze your legs in, and now start to lift your tailbone like you're lifting and spreading the sit bones and trying to extend through the lumbar spine. Ramp up to a 5 out of 10. You know you can stop at any place along this irradiation scale. Maybe ramp up to a 7 out of 10, 9 out of 10. And your safest maximal effort for you at this moment. 3, 2, 1, and reverse. Try to contract, hyper contract those lower abdominals, push the navel back, try to get more stretch into the lumbar spine for 3, 2, 1, and slowly relax. And with a slow breath in and a slow breath out.